I had such high hopes. I think I'll start off maybe my first review. A little bit of Paramore up in here. Oops, that's bad. Okay, I'm very unprofessional. So Paramore, you know what? Okay, I don't know what to do with the camera, so sorry, it's gonna be a black screen for a bit. Paramore's a good band. Paramore's a great band. I love Paramore, but I love early Paramore. A little bit more than modern Paramore. Not for any particular reason. Not because it's like, oh, I liked it better when they were pop punk or whatever. And even though I kind of did, it was just early Paramore, especially their first album. I feel really knew what they were doing. Well, not even really their first album. Like by their third album, they knew what they were doing with their music, like for sure. And then all of a sudden comes self-titled, and it felt like they really didn't know what they were doing until after Laughter came out, and then it was like, oh yeah, no, they do know what they're doing. It's just not as good as what they were doing. I will say I liked the album. I did. Minus maybe two tracks. Pool and Grudges were, in my opinion, actually pretty bad. But it was decent all around. It just felt more like a. It would have been better as like maybe a solo project, but as Paramore the band, I don't feel it worked so well as some of the other stuff, which sounded more like a group effort. Even their self-titled sounded more like a group effort. This one kind of just sounded like maybe one person took charge, even though I know it was the whole band, but still. Probably would have worked better as a solo project. But that being said, uh, what can I say about it? Caught in the Middle and Idol Worship are my two favorite tracks, which is funny because they come right after my least two favorites. Hard Times, of course, when that came out, I was actually really excited. I knew where they were going with the sound. I wasn't too much of a fan of their self-titled, but I respected, bands change and whatever. I like that. And bands aren't afraid to change. I just sometimes it doesn't work out so well, as you can see here. Then they what did they release next? Told You So? Yeah, I think they released Told You So next, and I was not nearly as enthralled or by that one. Hard Times came out. I was super excited for the new one, and kind of like had high hopes, like, oh, maybe this is just gonna be a better self-titled, and it wasn't, sadly. Told You So came out, and I wasn't as excited anymore. And then it came out, and I mean, it was not the best, but still pretty good. No Friend, that track's just weird. But I mean, I gave it a listen. I have the CD. Obviously, I bought it enough, or no, I liked it enough to where I actually bought it in CD form. Um, don't know how much that says, but the album's not bad. It's just not quite what I was expecting, and it threw me off a little. And I mean, I assume this is probably going to be Paramore's style for quite a while. So, I mean, I guess we're stuck with it. It is what it is. I'm okay with what it is. But in terms of going back to listen to like some of their CDs, I'll always go back to Brand New Eyes or Riot. You know, and even they're self-titled to a certain extent. I didn't dislike that one as much. I felt like their self-titled was just way too long. But I guess we'll get into that at a later date. Sorry if this is like really awkward. Just kind of giving this a fair shake. Um, I did not come into this with a fresh ear, as in I did not listen to this album before doing this review, so I mean I probably should have. I just didn't, because I'm really bad at planning, like really bad. But you know, hey, it is a thing that exists. It's good. I'd say I'd give it a maybe 5 out of 10. maybe 6. Don't really know. 'Cause I honestly think their self-titled probably was a 6 or a 7. But I don't know. After Laughter just really didn't do it for me as much as their older stuff. And that's not even to say I don't like the genre. I love the genre. I'm totally okay with pop music to a certain extent. Um, as long as it's cool, I guess. Like like Halsey and Melanie Martinez and 21 Pilots were their latest stuff was pretty decent. I'll get into that later because pretty decent's actually kind of an understatement. And no, I'm not gonna be one of those people who's like, oh my goodness, 21 Pilots for life. Oh, Melanie and Halsey. Like, I know like the vision around that group of people who specifically like those albums and whatnot kind of has gotten a little negative over the years, but no, I'm not a raging fan like those people, but I did enjoy the albums. And like I said, I also enjoyed After Laughter. God, the trucks, would you stop it? Would you stop it with the trucks? It's been going on all day. I have not had a chance to record anything today. And then just, like, all of a sudden, I get a break for, like, 10 minutes. So I'm like, oh, I'll just record it real quick here. And then I go by. Yeah. Oh, what did I expect? I don't really know what else to say about this album. I feel like the last track, Tell Me How, was probably a poor decision to end it on. Um, Even No Friend probably would have been a little better because that song really stands out for some reason, but I feel like it stands out for all the wrong reasons, being one right before the end. I will say, Caught in the Middle and Out of Worship, though, favorites. And Pool and Grudges, I just did not like. But, I like the album cover. It's pretty nice. It's wind. It's real windy today. The door's shaking. My window open because I'm overheating in this cat-filled room. Oh, look at him there. He's sleeping. Sleeping. Asleep again. Huh, man. I don't know why the camera says it's so dark in here. I don't... Lights on. Windows... Jeez. Would you stop it, wind? It's so windy here all the time. But no. I mean, I probably shouldn't have done this. I probably should have made another video, like maybe saying what kind of music I like, or like explaining who I am, or heck, maybe even showing my face. But you know what? Not quite there yet, I guess. Someday, though. I hope. I am not good at this, but I'm gonna try. 26 was a good song. You know what? Would you stop it with the wind? Okay, I guess this video's over. Oops. After Laughter. 5.5 out of 10. I recommend it. But I don't recommend it in like one sitting. Maybe listen to it in like over the span of a day or two. Because as a whole album, I don't feel like it works with all 12 tracks. I feel like maybe if you cut it in half, or maybe even in thirds or fourths, it might work a little better. Jeez, it is blurred. But, yeah. It's decent. I liked it a fair amount. So, yeah. Paramore. Yay.